Hey guys, welcome to the weekly challenge live stream for Yousician. I'm Alexis, and I go by the name Alexis Yousician in the guitar learning app, Yousician. Each week, Yousician releases challenges of 2 songs in varying difficulty levels. Users compete for high scores on the leaderboards. Each Sunday, I play through all the songs on guitar and break each one down for you, so you can reach your goals faster and post higher scores. What up? Hey guys. This one's a fun one. Let's see here. Whoops. Yeah. Jimmy would be proud for the rock explosion challenge. I'm tempted to do I can't remember if I was going to do 2 songs. I think I'm going to do 2 songs, yeah. And they're trickier than you would think. And also I think I'm going to do the Seeger for the light, the higher level version of it as well. And some other stuff. We'll see what's going on. Someone requested the Love on the Rocks, which I have not played in, I don't even know how long it's been since I've played that one, but depending on time and if I'm feeling it, I might do it. So we shall see. I didn't get enough time to get a really good warm-up on this one, so this is probably going to be a little bit rough for my first run here. It's not an easy one, that's for sure. It's not ridiculously hard, but it's not easy. It's some awkward things that I'm not, for me, my personal style, I haven't really learned a lot of songs that are like this, so. But that's why I do this, is you see how it's gonna go, and I'm not afraid to screw up in front of you guys. So let's go for it.
Well done. You can continue to the next.
Okay, and that wasn't a great run. But I was kind of expecting that. I kind of need to, this isn't, how do I put it? I'm just not on yet. I just need some warming up to do. So, of course, Samuel is at the top, and Rabativus, as usual. So I'm going to break this down a little bit, and then I will try another attempt at that. So, and hopefully I can get it back in my fingers. I was making a lot of silly mistakes in that run. I'll break it down here for you. This part here, this is one of those ones where fingering is pretty important in the context of the first note is on the 12th fret, so you might be tempted to start off with your index finger, but you want to, the positioning of this is your first finger on the 10th fret, so that's one thing to be careful of. A little bit stretchy at some points, so it's a little bit weird in the sense that I wonder if you could play it in 12th position. I'm going to do a bit of an experiment here. Not that you should do this, but just my own curiosity's sake. That's okay. So yeah, I would definitely stick with the way it's fingered in the tab. That's the way I'm doing it right now, is a little bit awkward, so I would just leave it. Okay. So, and then we get into the riff section here, and it's pretty, it's hard and it's difficult at the same time. So it's hard in the sense of there's a lot of position shiftings between playing the chords, doing a riff, playing the chords, doing a riff. So it's like chords, single note, chords, single note. So rhythmically, it's not that hard, but it is tricky because it's fast. That I have a tendency to do a pull off. Oh, that's the way James is doing. Okay. So you might want to spend some time just doing that. And then the other riff. Is that it? Nope. Same thing. So going back and forth between those and back into the chord is pretty tricky. Okay, that was right. So there's one variation. So that's pretty tricky. Normally, I do an E minor chord with my second and third fingers, so middle and ring. But for this one, with my index finger there, it's easier to do right into that. So that's how I do it. Is first and second finger, index and middle. And then this is just a loop. Before we get into this part here. Very, very similar. So that part there, chords, lick, chords, riff, chords, riff, chords, riff. And then we have the solo here. So this melodic part is just memory. You know, there's not a whole lot of difficult stuff. This you have to be prepared for ahead of time of shifting back. Here's another example again of where the first note is 12. But I'm thinking this finger is on the 8th fret. So the first note is, again, here's another example of the fingerings are kind of messed up. It shows first finger, first finger, first finger, first finger, but that's not the way you should play it. You should play it fourth finger or pinky, either ring or middle, and then index finger. Okay, so keep that part in mind. That's a pretty important riff, or important lick, because it's in a billion solos. Okay, so try to memorize that one, because you're gonna play that again in other solos, and it's a cool lick. So, and you could use it in your own improvising. Bit of a tough one. Doing that bend, not letting it return, and coming back to that note. So gotta be careful with that. So what I'm doing is I'm doing a bend, killing it with my right hand, release, but it's super quick. So what we don't want is, you'll probably end up with a red if you let it come back down. Let's try it. Yeah, so, and then here, this is just all about, you know, how fast can you do legato. There's two different ways you can, well, there's a number of ways you can do this. Some people don't like stretching very much, or some people prefer using their third finger to stretch. So, I like using my fourth finger. So, or third finger. Make up your mind, basically. Neither one is really right or wrong, or more right or more wrong. So you can just, you know, depends on how strong this finger is, right? Or just what you prefer. And then the ending is we've played all of this, so there's nothing, I think. Let me double check to see if there's anything going on at the end that I've forgotten. Recap of the melody, and then a triplet thing at the ending. That's just about timing, and that's about it. So there you go. Let me go for this. Also, neck pickup for this. So if you want to get the exact tone, if you go to bridge, it's going to be too sharp a tone. I'll show you what I mean. I'll do bridge pickup and switch to neck. So you can see that the tone in this one is a rounder tone, so you want to make sure that you're in the neck pickup for this one if you want to sound as close to the song as possible, as well as not too much gain. Like it's not a metal song, so I could probably turn mine down even a little bit, like take my distortion pedal off. So so it doesn't have to be too gainy. I kind of tend to like more gain than is applicable in lots of situations. So I have a distortion pedal on, so but not even then, not a whole lot of gain on it. So I'm gonna do another run, see what happens. Okay, so still kind of making stupid mistakes. And that's the reason why is because there's too many things that are similar with this. So it's just, I'm finding it just stupid mistakes of just, is it, or, I don't even remember. Yeah, so that's how it's still foggy in my head. So, yeah. Tempted to do that one again, but I think I want to come back to that one later, and we'll see. Let's do, yeah. Let's see if I can wake myself up a little bit. I am gonna do the bass. Paul wants me to go to the bass. I'm gonna do that, but this one's hard. The bass one, wow, I'm not very good at it. I kind of suck at the bass one here. Just there's, I'll explain. There's just certain things that I'm doing or certain things that I try to do that my fingers just don't. There's lag at certain changes. So, anyway, let me switch over. I'm gonna mute, and then we'll go for it. Okay. Hello, Julian. Alright, this is not going to be very good. I'll do a run, and I'll break it down, and I'll tell you why I'm not very good at it. Gotta show the whole world what I have learned.
Well done. You can continue to the next exercise.
Yeah, didn't improve my score. So every time... First of all, this is just fast. Just getting that in. And I have a lag of hitting that F on the bottom. So it's just because of, again, my string skipping or string changing is not that great. So every time I try to get back to that it's not guitar, fourth string, I have some lag in getting there in time. So, and also getting that nailing that, it's pretty fast, for me anyway, as far as bass goes. So that's pretty tricky. You're gonna have, you really need to loop these parts to get it down. But yeah, even though in and of itself it's just a loop over and over and over again, it's tough nailing every single one of those. But that is pretty fast. So there's a lot of, it sounds relaxed, and then boom, you have to play like 2 or even 3 notes. Not a lot, but those 3 notes and nailing it is pretty tough. So I mean, even if you get a clean run, you might not necessarily get, it would take to a pretty stinking good technique and timing to nail this as far as getting a really good top score. But loop, 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 loop. So, loop, 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 over and over and over and over and over and over again. As you can see, a lot of repetition. And then this part here, this is just, it's hard for me. I don't have, bum, bum, getting that down where it's really, really tight. Again, just those, 4, 5 notes that are really quick there. I'm kind of sloppy with it. I'm not super, super precise with it. So, but again, loop. So this is just a riff that moves around. So it's a bit of a deceiving song in the sense that there's not necessarily so many riffs in it that it's difficult. And then you're back to the first riff here. But nailing it is hard. Making it just tight is really hard, and just not screwing up at all is pretty difficult. So, I mean, that wasn't a great run. Basically loops through the whole thing. So if we go back, if we look at the scores, that was third. I'm in third place, even though, so obviously other people are having difficulty with it or find it hard because, to have a third place score where I only have 1 section gold starred, 1. So that shows you how tough this is for most people to nail. Having said that, there's a pretty big gap between my score and even second place. So yeah, it's just, it's tough. Anyway, I'm going to, if you will indulge me, try one more run, and I'm going to switch back to guitar and possibly see if I can get a better run at that one song, and do the higher level of the Seeker of the Light. So here we go.
Next time, you'll nail it.
Better score, but still need some work. Anyway, I forgot to do the treble chords for the guitar part, so I think I shall do that. Let me switch over, I'll mute. Okay, treble chords. This one's tricky too. More difficult than you would expect, or surprisingly more difficult than what I was expecting anyway. So, let me go for it. Okay, not a great run, but
Almost perfect. Next time, you'll nail it.
Wow, that's a lot of stuff.
Okay, so basically, let me. All right. Jubes. Okay, so basically, let me break this down. Okay, so that rhythm pretty fast. That 16th note. So this is a polyrhythm. In groups of threes, 1 2 3 1 2 3 1. So that's the way that I think of it in the context of 16th note. It's just really fast. So if I'm going to slow this down. So that's like 16th notes, 1E and a 2, 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a. But I'm thinking in the context of grouping those in threes. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. So, but it's fast. So I'm not actually counting that. I'm not thinking 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1 while I'm playing it. But it would help to practice that slowly. It's just fast. So you have to really know what that feels like for that part. And lots of chord shapes. So you really have to have these chord shapes memorized. So when I'm doing this, I'm not reading the 4, 2, 3. I'm reading above where it says D. That's all I'm reading. I've got the chords memorized, and I'm just purely reading what chord should I play. So if you're reading the numbers, you're probably not going to be able to do this very well, because it's too much information to deal with. So you want to have all of these chord shapes memorized. So I'm not going to spend too much time on this one, because I am going to do the one with the solo in it, the higher level one. And there's differences between the two that if I get too into one or the other, that mess me up, because I'm used to playing it one way, and then I play the other version, which is slightly different. So I don't want to play this one too many times right now, because it might mess me up for the rhythm for the other one. So, but I'll just break it down here as far as what you need to do. Again, chord shapes. This is probably the toughest part here, going from this E minor to the F. So let me show you the problem with that. That's difficult is, and you might want to. I might actually end up changing. I have been playing it like this for fingers 1, 2, 3, or index, middle, ring, which works. I'm tempted to change it to 2, 3, 4. I haven't made up my mind yet. I'm gonna have to practice that one to see, but I'm getting away with it so far. But I think it's a little bit choppy this way. But I'm not going to change it just yet. So that's for me is the hardest part, especially in the harder version. So take note of that. And then here, one of the coolest chords in the whole song. Where am I here? All right. Just love that voicing. It's just really nice. Easy shape, but that change is kind of tricky. And then the neat chord, minor major 7, which it's pretty tense sound, but neat. This part here, pretty tricky. Bar chord shapes. Again, try to have those memorized. I'm not reading individual notes. I'm thinking more in the context of above. It says D minor, so I do a D minor shape, etc. A minor, etc., etc. This is a lot of, again, trying to memorize all these slight variations. And then there's a different rhythm here. Getting into this one here trips me up as well. Okay, so again, memorizing shapes. Is that right? No. Just have that down. So, and then back into this thing again. Oh, I guess this is the chorus. So the way I do this part is those fingers, and all of this stuff will apply to the harder version. So a lot of the shapes are exactly the same. So that's a bonus, that you don't have to go from one version of the song to the harder version and then everything's totally different. There's that hard part again. That gets me. Is that it? I think that's it. So that's it for that one. Again, I don't want to spend too much time on this one, because I'll be going over these chords in the harder version anyway. And like I said, the rhythm's slightly different, and that those slight differences is enough to really mess me up. So I don't want to get that in my head too much. So let's do the harder version, which is a lot of fun. And then I might go back to that Jimmy song. Okay. Let's try this one.
Well done. You can continue.
Okay, not great. Same thing. I'll break it down and maybe do one more run. Okay, so again, a lot of the same chords from the easier version. So a lot of that carries over, but a lot of stuff gets added to this at the same time. Beginning part, pretty simple melody stuff. This is, again, it might look like it starts off in 12th position or your first finger at 12th, but you want your first finger at 10th fret. Fairly easy beginning stuff, nothing too tricky. And a lot of the same stuff, like the same chord shapes. This is the same, again, just getting the rhythm down for that. But as soon as it gets to here, there's slight little variations that can mess you up. As far as what the order of notes are, so be careful with that. And again, the rhythm too, when it switches over, is a little bit tricky for right here. So to eighth notes versus that one, 16th dotted eighth note to a 16th note. Again, sort of like groupings of 3, which I talked about previously. And then they add an extra note here. So on the previous one, it's like, let's see here. On the previous one, it's like, where am I, if I can find it? It's like, it's this exact same thing, but they add an extra note at the end. So slight variation, so you got to be careful of that. Again, here, slight variation that you have to be careful of. This is a very, very slight different rhythm than on the other version. So, kind of, tricky to remember all of these things. And then this part's the killer of just adding all these tiny little licks. I'm still struggling getting the rhythms in my head exact every single time. So, yeah, it's and it changes up, so you really gotta, spend some time with this to get these rhythms into your head. And then this part kills me every time. I don't know what it is about that one, but on this one I just find it so much more difficult to do. Nailing that's pretty tricky. Again, it's more like for some reason, it's not in my fingers. They just don't want to do. Intellectually, I've got it, but fingers just go, yeah, I'm not going to do that. So, a little bit annoying. Really, really, deceptively difficult song in the sense that I find the lead stuff isn't that hard. What do we got here? That part to me, anyway, is just getting that. Not that difficult, and it's easier for me to remember. A lot of this stuff is very dependent on your legato. That's pretty fast. So, you really gotta have a strong pinky for that. Where am I here? Yep. And then a bit of a stretchy thing. This one here, it's hard. I know what it is, but accessing that rhythm in my head right away is pretty tricky. If I isolate it, it's easy, but on the fly at speed, it's pretty tricky to do. And a little bit of awkward fingers. You might need to experiment with which fingers you prefer. And this one messes me up because it's finger-wise, it's identical shapes to the other parts of this solo, but rhythmically different. The combination of notes are different. So you might want to spend some time on each one of these patterns and just loop it. And again, doing that isn't that hard for me. It's like, even if you have all these licks down, it's just, getting them fresh in your head is the hard part. And then really fast part here, just that single one there. And then same concept, just descending through a scale. So pull off, slide. Pull off, slide. Pull off, slide. So very dependent on how well do you know your scales. And then a change up in the end. So, what do we got? Whoops. And then this one here, this is basically one lick done in octaves. So I'm actually thinking of that as one idea moved around. And then, what do we got here? Right, and then the cool part, this is like Sultans, similar to Sultans of Swing and Hotel California, those kinds of licks. So if you learn this one, it's very close to playing Hotel California in the sense of but not the same. So, but the technically the same concept. So, whoops. And then just memorizing the shapes, right? Bit of a stretchy part, but yeah, it's a cool part. I like this part. And then neat lick there, but that's, to me anyway, once I get to this part, it's like, yay, I'm at the easy part, or at least it gets easier from here on in. Not that I may play it perfectly every single time, but, and then that's pretty easy melody stuff at the end, and then we take it out with that chord. So let's see if I can play this a little bit better. Here we go. Let's see if I can get back into this chord without messing it up. Well, yeah. Kind of annoying. Parts that I played...
Well done. You can continue to the next exercise.
I played better, but still just that stinking chord part, and then that one... getting that down, just like I said, it's like I know what it is. I know what it is. I can play it, but just in that moment of just having every single one of those down is pretty tough. I'm going to try the solo one more time and see if I can get a better run.
Well done. You can continue to the next exercise.
A little bit better. I'm going to try one more time.
Well done. You can...
Blah. Okay, so it's not happening today. That's alright. But it's just tough. Like I said, a lot of it is just the mental part of it, of just, stupid. Just getting things really clear in my head, which it isn't. So, which one is this one? I'm sort of confused of what's going on. Right. Oh, okay. Yeah, I wanted to do another run of this one. So here we go. Let me try that. Not entirely sure where I'm getting reds there. Let's see if I can fix that. Okay, yeah, no kidding, you're getting reds. Duh. You weren't playing all of the chords.
Almost perfect.
Okay.
Next time, you'll nail it.
That was better. Okay, so if that's
Better slow down there, Hendrix.
interesting. I didn't even get Gold Star all of that. So I'm gonna try one more run and then I'll move on and do Wizard Knight and see what happens. Here we go. Okay, that was better. Silly mistakes at the end.
Almost
but,
perfect. Next time, you'll nail it.
There you go. Not a whole lot better than Samuel, but it's in there. I'll work on that once more. So this is a perfect example of what ties into what I want to talk about today. Is that last 5% is, you know, the hardest to get down. It's like, you know, if you look at some of the stuff that I have, and what I mean by that last 5%, it's like, yeah, I know I have this memorized, but that last little bit to just actually be able to do a gold star run with it. You know, there's many songs in here that I have gold starred, but I haven't necessarily got it down to the point where I can just go beginning and nail it. So, for example, this one here, I mean, it's deceiving in the sense that, ooh, it's all gold starred, but there's still that last little bit of just really, really, truly having it down. I mean, there are some songs that I can, you know, from beginning to end, or I have gold starred from beginning to end, like Bumblebee is actually easy for me to do now. So but I mean, I've been playing that for, I don't know, 3 years now. And I've, like, in the past month, I've pretty much been playing it almost every other day, multiple times. So, you know, it's not like it's there. You know, a lot of practicing going into that. So, this one here, this is that part 3. So hard to do. I'll do a run through of this, and depending on time, I might break it down, but we'll see. Made a silly mistake anyway, and it was kind of bugging me. Let's try that again.
give it another try, shall we?
Flubbed that anyway. I need to refresh my memory on how that actually goes. So just give me a second here to review that. Just 1 second here. Just let me pause that. Okay, I think I already remember it. So, pretty much have this song memorized, pretty much, but it's ridiculous. It's just stupid how hard this one is. Okay, so I'll basically break down some parts of this. I'm not going to talk about this one too deeply. This part here, pentatonics, pretty easy. Okay, and then the change up. So yeah, getting those parts as a loop. This is inspired. It is a sort of it has a sort of a Latin-y, Spanish-y kind of thing going on here, and this is inspired by Al Di Meola back in his earlier days of his solo albums. Elegant Gypsy, that era. So we're talking pretty old stuff. I think it's back in the 70s, I believe. So if you're interested in this kind of music, this is, they did a really good job of capturing the feel of Al Di Meola in that era. So if you're interested in this style of music, Al Di Meola is the guy, and he's pretty stinking fast. He's pretty awesome. A lot of this is memorizing. It's not, if you're ready for a song that's this fast, some of it isn't that difficult. It's just getting it into your head. This part here is actually more difficult. This beginning part, this. Gotta get that in my head. That part was way more difficult than that part's the easy part, believe it or not, but this looks like it's the harder part. So here's kind of a pentatonic-y lick again. Loop, and then the hard part really is just getting this rhythm down of so for me, I just do it by feel, but you might want to count how many times it does that. So what I mean by that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So just so you can get it clear in your head how many times you have to play that lick before. Not that that part's going to be easy. This is probably the hardest part of the whole song, is the keyboard solo. And this one lick is ridiculous. I do not play it as written because that just doesn't work for me. So the way that I play it is very, very stretchy. Either way, it's pretty ridiculous how fast it is. And I have a lot of practice to do to even get, close to doing this. It seems weird. It looks really hard the way I'm playing it, and it might seem like that's the harder way to do it, but for me, that's, you would probably hybrid pick this. but I find that really, really, really awkward. It just doesn't work for me. But yeah, super tough. There. And here's one of, again, there's other parts in this solo that look more difficult because they're fast. This part here gets me every time. Again, just getting into my fingers. I have it memorized, I know what it is, but as soon as it gets to that point, my brain goes, just, nope, too fast. Yeah. So I have it, I can do it, but wow, that's fast. And again, I find the guitar solo part is probably, not that hard except for the very last end run. So let's see if I can do this. Hardest part about that solo is just getting that timing flawless. I don't so much find the speed difficult, but just getting, if you look at the notation here, 16th note triplets, then 4 16th note triplets, 4 16th notes, 2 32nd notes, triplets, and then into like 16th note triplets. So like, that's pretty ridiculous there. It's almost like this lick is kind of crammy. So what I mean by crammy is that he's just cramming all the notes in his. I'm not saying he does think that way, I don't know, but it's almost like that. It almost makes me feel like that's how this lick came out, was less constructed. These are the rhythms I intend to play, versus just he plays what he felt like in that one moment, and it's almost impossible to reproduce that. That's my guess. Tough to say if that's actually what's happening. Yeah, so it's a bit weird. Yeah, and the triplets sort of shift over here. So yeah, that's my theory, and I'm going with it. So anyway, getting pretty close to wrapping it. I'm going to try one more performance of this and leave it be, because there's no way I'm going to get a gold star of this thing anytime soon. So let's see how this goes.
Well
Okay,
done.
so
You can
other
continue to the
than-
next exercise.
I don't know if I got any more, but other than that, the beginning of the lead, I actually got that fast part down. So it's kind of hit and miss, but yeah, pretty tough stuff. Unless you guys have any questions or any specific things you want me to play, I think I'm gonna wrap it. My brain is sort of pretty fried after all that, except quite a few difficult things in this, this week's challenge, like combining, like if you consider like the harder versions of these, it's pretty tough. The bass one is pretty tough. So yeah, and I think in a way these two, the Seeker of the Light higher level and the Jimmy Be Proud rhythm and lead, I'm almost inclined to say that they're more difficult than their level implies. So pretty tough stuff. So I think, like I said, unless you guys have anything to say, I think I'll wrap it. Like I said before, actually, I don't even know what I'm trying to say. My brain's a little bit cooked. So anyway, yeah, if you haven't joined the Yousician Friends Facebook group, there's a link in the description box. If you haven't subscribed to my email list, there's a link as well. So Alexis Nery, www.alexisnery.com, and you will get a free ebook if you sign up for that. And also you can be in the loop for any news, blogs that I do, or videos, or streaming. Sometimes the time changes, so every once in a while I send out an email for that. So other than that, I think I am going to wrap it up. Are you Mexican or Hispanic? Is that for me? If it's for me, no, I am not. I'm actually Filipino. So nope, neither of those. Yeah, I guess I'll wrap it. So yeah. Cool. This has probably been one of my favorite, even though they're challenging, one of my favorite set of songs for a challenge in a long time. All right, guys, I will see you next time. That's pretty much about it. Thanks for coming out. I'll be doing this again next week. Same time, same place. 11:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. I'll be posting the link on my Facebook page, Alexis Yousician, as well as sending out an email through my email list. All right, guys, thanks a lot for watching. I will see you next week.